and I quote, "A man who calls his kinsmen to a feast does not do so to save them from starving. They all have food in their own homes. When we gather together in the moonlit village ground, it is not because of the moon. Every man can see it in his own compound. We come together because it is good for kinsmen to do so." I retreated to this small village, not because there was no any other place I could have gone and listened. I did this because the prevailing state of our nation is very dire, and this has continuously bothered me, just like it has bothered 55 million Kenyans. Kenya was and is falling apart. I retreated to listen to Kenyans who for far too long have remained unheard. When we began, we never knew it would have been this phenomena as it has been. We took 45 days, but it is stretched to 55 days to allow us to listen more and allow Kenyans from all walks of life the opportunity to be heard. My countrymen, first and foremost, I thank God for His grace and guiding this task to a joyful finish. I also appreciate my family, my wife, Reverend Dorcas, and my sons, Kevin and Keith, for their support and unwavering love. I also thank my neighbors, my advisors, and my personal staff for their support and sacrifice throughout these days. I've been here in the village, and I want to thank all leaders, both elected leaders and aspirants for our party, and those in the United Alternative Government for their visits, advice, moral support, and encouragement over the last 55 days. I deeply appreciate the thousands of Kenyans who came here for rigorous conversations and debates, Kenyans who called in and whom we held countless virtual meetings late into the night. I assure you that your views and opinions have been heard, and I hold them dear to my heart. Fellow countrymen, since independence, Kenya has stood strong. The people of Kenya are resilient. We are known world over for whom we are: God-fearing, strong-willed, hospitable, law-abiding, industrious, hard-working, patriotic, resolute, affirmative, honest, and peaceful. Kenyans hold values as spelled out in our Constitution. Our new Constitution brought forth great changes to our development agenda, well-being, and our democracy. It is a great foundation of our nation and a strong pillar of who we are and the future we look forward to. My countrymen, the 55 days have been significant, painted with debates, meetings, new ideas, new freshness of the people, happiness, and rigorous consultations. Evenings were great with my family, a few friends and neighbors. Sometimes the days were painful when I would hear what Kenyans have gone through in the last 4 years. Other days we could sing and pray. Other days I would just sit alone and reflect too much into the past, present, and the future. I also took time in late night hours to read widely and make random calls to Kenyans across the country and abroad. My countrymen, the last time I made this journey to Wamunyoro for consultations, I took the advice given by the people. They instructed me to form a vehicle and a listening tool, a political party that listens to them. They further instructed me to look for allies from across the country. Out of that conversation then came the democracy of the Citizens Party and the many allies I now have: my cousins, my in-laws, my brothers and my sisters. We are now a family, the United Alternative Government of Kenya. It is for this reason that in the last 16 months, The DCP party has since become a permanent fixture in the national conversation and the journey to liberate our republic. I can confirm today that the future is indeed green. Ladies and gentlemen, we all know that in 351 days, on the 10th of August 2027, less than a year from today, we shall go to the general election to elect a listening president and caring leaders. What we have now, a majority are boisterous, callous, dictatorial, and they have itchy fingers.
The elections are here. There is no time to intervene. I want to recommend that the current system of mathematics be retained, because already they have the data, they have the experience, and we have seen them do elections. I saw in Palau. The system was quite okay. I don't think we have a problem with this system of mathematics. But it is not possible to have a new system to manage our elections between now and the election, 11 months. Because you have to migrate the data from mathematics to the new company. Why do we have to get data from a company that is already in the country and give it to a new entrant? What is the game? They have already done the donkey work. They have all the data. They have the voters register. Why do you want to move that data to a new company? That is where the mischief is. They want to interfere with the voters register, especially in areas where William Ruto has been rejected. I have read the areas where they want to interfere. And they are working with PS Remodomolo and Bello Kipsang, who are the custodians of IDs and the data of people who are registered to be Kenyans. And that is where there is mischief. I will not agree. I want to thank the IBC officials who brought this matter to my attention.
I took a plane and went to Mombasa. The killing had happened on June 25. In the evening, William Ruto called a press conference. He never invited me. Ordinarily, I would be there. And called these young people criminals and treasoners and says they'll be hunted like rats. I was very offended. So the following day, I got a press conference in Mombasa. And I was in office. I said, I don't agree with this decision. One, these young people are not criminals. They are my sons and daughters. And they have a legitimate concern. And somebody should listen to them. And this is wrong. He later called me and really abused me and told me I'll know who he is and I'll face the consequences. The decision to start my impeachment started on that day. I stood with the young people of this country. And I lost a job that I had looked for. He did not give me the job. I looked for it. I mobilized votes. I was voted for. I lost privileges. I lost everything. But I stood with our young people. I'm asking the young people of this country to also make a sacrifice for me. Knowing very well, if I made that decision to lose my job to stand with them, if I am president, nobody will ever kill them. Nobody will ever abduct them. Nobody will ever take them through that torturous journey. I am a firm and a serious believer in the destiny of our young people. If you check the people around me, the young MPs, the ones who are elected, they are all young people. And they are the ones who drive my leadership and my politics. And the great strides I have made in selling our party and popularity across the country is because I have energy around me. I have young people around me whom I've allowed